Hello everybody, Apollo here. A couple days after my return from PAX, I'll admit I took a day or two before talking to everybody about the wondrous time that was PAX. I was exhausted and then had to get up and go to work, and I've just not really had a lot of time. And I also got a PlanetSide 2 beta key. This guy. Yeah, it's awesome. But before we get to that, before we get to those things, I can take a bite of my sandwich. Before we get to those things, those more personal things, I want to talk about PAX. I'm going to do my best to keep this in some kind of logical group so that I can, So, I don't know. I'm going to try and keep this in a sort of logical group, and I'm just going to start off with games that that Splice and I went to go check out. Mostly myself and what I was particularly interested in. So, first, and this may seem silly, if you guys watched our PAX 10 videos, there was one called Cannon Brawl. There wasn't a ton of information about it. It's not yet available to play, and the footage that I found was very minimal. However, the beta version was at PAX, and is a part of the PAX 10 collection. And oh my god, it is so much fun. As simple as it may seem, and even as lame as it may seem to some of you, it's incredibly fun. It's tanks, but there's so much more strategy to it because you can build these shield generators, and you can upgrade those, and they have different cooldowns and different shield strengths. And there are 2 or 3 different types of cannons that shoot just plain missiles, and then one that shoots like a group of 5 all together, and they burst into 5 as they reach the apex of their trajectory. And then you gotta build gold mines to get money, and there's so much strategy to it. And I only get to play it 2 or 3 times. I think it was 2 times if I remember right. And I just loved it. It was so engaging, and it's just I played it on an Xbox controller, and surprisingly that works really well. The first time I sat down, there was this other guy just sitting there. He's like, "Oh, you want to play?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll probably get my ass kicked," because I think he'd been sitting there a while. Anyway, I sit down. I listen to the guy's little 2-minute spiel about the game and the types, the different buildings and this kind of thing. And I'm like, all right, I got this. I got this, buddy. We got this. And we get going. I lay down a couple gold mines, get my money going. Lay down my first cannon. Take my first shot. I miss, but not by too much. The game goes on back and forth. I get the first 3 shots on his... Oh, yeah. The goal is to destroy your opponent's main base facility that's at the edge of the map. I got the first 2... I think it was 2 shots on his base before he even touched me. He's getting really unlucky with his aiming. So it was crunch time for him. So I think he's got 4 health. So we had 2 health left, and I had a full 4. We both... at this point, I've lined up 3 shield generators. 2 level 3s and a level 2, level 3 being the highest, and he's got 2. So, we're just taking turns lobbing back and forth with each other with our multiple cannons, and our shield generators are soaking it all up. Well, I throw down a 3rd, and I get a firing sequence going, like a timed firing sequence going that will break down his shields, save 1, and once that one shoots, the shield will be at half health. The next 2 will come, break through the shield, and then actually get through. It didn't work the first time. And that ends up winning me the game with this guy. Oh my god, I don't remember the second one too well because it was a lot less holy shit, this is awesome. But I think I won that one too. But it's so much fun, so definitely check that out. I think it was going to be out in December, the full version of the game. I don't think there's going to be any beta or anything like that. I think it was just a PAX thing where people could play. But oh my god, I'm so stoked for it. It was so much fun. You can see, one small indie game captured my heart at PAX. No, but that was probably, of the new games, that honestly caught my attention more than anything else. Except maybe Dishonored, which I'll get to. Second was a game that Splice and I both bought called Snapshot. This one was also, it wasn't a part of the PAX 10, but it was in the indie games section of PAX. I don't know if any of you guys were there or you weren't. There's an indie games section where smaller developers get to host their stuff. It's near the PAX 10. This game, Snapshot, you play as a little robot, and it's a 2D platformer with a twist. You have the ability to take pictures of places on the screen, and you can store up to 3. And the main mechanic so far, at least as many levels as I played at PAX, I haven't actually activated my Steam code yet. the levels I played at PAX, it would be things like there's a box sitting somewhere that's totally useless. So you take a picture of that, and then that stores it, in your camera's memory, and then you can essentially place that image somewhere else, so the box will appear somewhere else. There's a neat thing he showed us where, let's say there's a box falling, you took a picture of it, you can rotate when you place a picture back, you can rotate how it's going to drop. So you take a picture of a falling box, you rotate it, it'll shoot. And apparently that becomes a mechanic later on in the game, which I thought was pretty awesome. Let's see, what else was there? That one was really fun. I'm excited to actually play through that one. Let's see, what else was there that I wanted to talk about? Oh, I think it's the same people who made Tribes, which if you guys haven't played, it's an amazing, very fast-paced, free-to-play first-person shooter. You can get it through Steam, and I think even their website, which is probably tribesdescend.com or something to that effect. I think the same company is making essentially third-person LOL instead of like isometric downward view LOL, which apparently it was fun. I didn't play it because I was like, well, there's other things I want to go see, and I've played LOL, so this is just a close-in view of it, I guess. So it probably makes it more difficult to strategize because you can't see as much of the map. That's kind of cool. It just seemed a little unoriginal to me, but it could be good. I'm not hating on it. I just was not too interested by the pitch that they gave with their visuals. Let's see, what was next? Dishonored. Did not get to play. The lines were ridiculous every time Splice and I were over there, but it looks beautiful. It is the graphics are freaking amazing. And the gameplay looks pretty sweet from I watched it over people's shoulders and whatnot. It looks pretty freaking sweet. Don't remember the release date for that, but definitely check out Dishonored. Bethesda is publishing it. I do not remember the actual developer company's name, but it's not Bethesda. They're just producing. So Dishonored looks sexy. For a note on the Dishonored note, so we after day 2, I think it was. Day 2? It's after day 2. We were walking out of the convention center for lunch. We got sushi. It was so good. We're walking out of the convention center, and these two attractive girls, I guess, were standing in like dark, sort of gothic Renaissance-y, I don't know how to describe it, but like old, like Victorian clothes, but goth looking. It was kind of like, okay, I mean, it's cosplaying, but I didn't think anything of it until they approached us. We were just standing there talking to people about what we were going to go eat because we didn't know at the time, and they hand Splice on these cards. We open them, and apparently they were invites to some like murder mystery party thing in honor of Dishonored, down at a mansion in Capitol Hill. Sketchy as all fuck because it was like outside the convention center, and not everybody was getting them, and we ended up not going. Because we went home because we were tired as fuck when the time actually came to go. But it was cool. The idea, the invitations were very nice. Really nice paper. Had little blood splatter effects and smeared ink effects, and it was cool. I'm taking them by my sandwich. Excuse me, I'm just hungry. Now this is not a game that's coming out. I think it's a game. It's already out. I mean, of course it is. StarCraft 2. At least a portion of Team Evil Geniuses was there. Their StarCraft team. Their Idra, Machine, In Control, and their newest member, Suppy. I got to meet those guys and got to watch them play StarCraft with fans. I even got to play Suppy. That was awesome. But I'll get to that. Sorry, that's a little off topic for what we're talking about. See, what other new games? I watched some Halo 4 stuff. It looks like a slightly updated version of 3. With some new guns, so it's kind of, as of now, it's nothing. It's nothing new, in beyond the sense that Modern Warfare 3 was to Modern Warfare 2. I haven't seen the campaign because they weren't demoing that; they were just demoing multiplayer. So that could be awesome. Who knows? What else is there? We didn't get into Assassin's Creed 3. The lines were ridiculous for that as well, and we wanted to do other stuff instead of wait a whole day in line for that. Alright, I guess we will wrap that up for game news. Because off the top of my head, that's all that I really got good knowledge of. On to the next bit, which was going to be just personal things because I really want to talk about stuff that I really, really liked. So first was getting to play against a pro StarCraft player. And yes, I lost. I off-raced as Zerg, which is my second best race, and Suppy, who is a Zerg, off-raced as Terran. And he didn't destroy me. You know, like I fought well. We were both playing without sound, so that fucked me up because Terran drops and you notice them more quickly when you hear it, and you're like, okay, where is it? And you find it and deal with it. We were both playing without sound, and so Terran gets a little bit of an advantage when dropping there. That was annoying. But otherwise, I think the reason I lost as easily as I did was my Infestors Relate, some other stuff. Infestors Relate, my macro wasn't quite spot on again. I think it's partially because of the sound, and because it's probably a little nervous to play pro. But I did surprisingly well. Otherwise, let's see, what else was there on the personal effect? 1 second, people. I got myself a new old toy. Haven't had one of these babies since I lived in Oklahoma. I know. That was like 9 years ago or something, 8 years ago now. Long ago. Signed by, let's see, we've got Machine from Team Evil Geniuses. Suppy, also from Team Evil Geniuses. And then for those of you who watch FFS TV, the whole crew, the rest of these signatures, and Fraser said he loves me. Wait, there we go. He said he loves me. I love you. Oh, isn't that sweet? I got the whole FFS TV crew to sign that. Splice and I hung out with them for parts of day 2 and 3, and they're awesome. They're some of the nicest people. You wouldn't even, like, what? People are nice. They're Canadian. That was my racist excuse, is that they're Canadian, so of course they're nice. So that was awesome, and I played some Zelda Ocarina of Time when I got home. Oh my god, that game looks like shit on an HD TV. It was hard to get used to. I'm used to it now, but it was hard to get used to it first. Playing Zelda on an HD TV where it's really pixelated. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. It was fun, though. And I don't remember the second. Oh, I ordered Mario Kart 64. Fuck yeah! Gonna have. That was my favorite game on N64, probably. Or at least the one I played the most, because it's awesome. And I'm pretty good at that. Another personal thing. So, I used to play a lot more tabletop games than I do now, like, you know, not beyond just D&D. But, like, HeroClix, if you guys have ever heard of that, it's like Marvel, DC, indie superheroes converted to minifigures, and you make teams and you fight with them. It was kind of fun. I enjoyed it. I have a lot of them left, actually. So, you know, beyond like that, and just like things like HeroScape and other things like that, where you got like heroes and miniatures and you fight and stuff. But there is the pair of games by the same company called War Machine and Horde, and they're kind of like Warhammer 40k for those of you who played that, but the models are even more like awesome looking and detailed, and they're all made of metal, and it's actually a very strategy intensive game. I really loved it. I sat just to show again my strategy prowess with Cannon Brawl and with this. A lady did a demo with me to like show me how to play the game, and she's like, "You want me to go easy on?" I was like, "No. I'm good. I like strategy games. Just bring it on. I want to learn the game, you know, the right way." So she didn't go easy on me. I kicked her ass. It was awesome. Partially, I had good rolls. She had shitty rolls, but the way I distributed my attacks and whatnot was just awesome. We saw her again the next day, and she's like, "Hell yeah, you're that guy that beat me. I haven't been beaten all weekend at demos until you." Apparently, I'm the only one who beat her all weekend. We saw her the third day, too. And let us see. Those were some of my favorite moments. Oh my god, and this is not even PAX, but there is a sushi place like a block and a half away east or west of the convention center in the same building with like the American Eagle, and they have really good sushi, and it wasn't insanely overpriced. It was freaking glorious. Next item on the agenda. Those are, I guess, the biggest things for my personal business. I'm taking by my sandwich. And now, I don't know. Oh dear God. Moving on, there was another thing I wanted to mention, and that was all of the tech companies that were there. Oh my God. I mean, I realize that without tech companies, gaming wouldn't be gaming, but I swear, like, nearly 2/5 of the booths were like tech companies. It was cool, a little ridiculous. Like Razer, Kingston, Intel, Corsair, G-Skill, Cooler Master, NZXT, freaking who else? Like I can't even remember. Oh, fuck. Well, I can't. But those are like some. Those are just some of them. There were shit ton. I got to mess around with a Razer Blade, the Razer's gaming laptop. I still am of the opinion that they're overpriced as fuck because they're like $2,800. However, really nice screen, pretty good keyboard. They're actually like Alienware, fat as shit. The Razers, they're actually legitimately like maybe a little thicker than a MacBook Pro. That's still big, but for a good gaming laptop, because it did good graphics and everything, it's just way overpriced. But for a gaming laptop, that size, that's good. I liked that aspect. And the weird little touchscreen display that you can give custom buttons and shit to sounded lame. I used it. It's awesome. You could have, like, one of the ones I messed with had a web browser and the little screen, and then the buttons were, like, back, refresh, forward, and then something else. It was actually pretty freaking sweet. I wouldn't want to pay $2,800 for one, though. That's the only thing. So that was cool. Razer, no, I just talked about Razer. Excuse me, Kingston was there. They had a lot of cool stuff. They actually gave away a shit ton of stuff. Their SSDs, and many of you may either know this or just not give a shit. I didn't know this. They have SSDs that are up to like 550 megabyte read writes per second. That's really fast. Holy shit, I wanted one. I didn't win one in their raffles. I didn't win anything, but I really wanted an SSD. That would have been fun to have. But they gave me like SSDs, memory, and all this other stuff. That was the thing of theirs I was most impressed by. Everything else was like, nah, my stuff's better. Whatever. Those are the two big tech things I wanted to talk about. Alienware had a booth. They had some pretty... I don't know. I wasn't impressed by the Alienware computers that I used. The PlanetSide 2 booth had Alienware computers. Wasn't very impressed. They're meh, and their keyboards are fucking terrible, in my opinion. But I'm used to my lovely Razer beauty. So that was that. Okay. This probably should have gone with games, but I'm going to give PlanetSide 2 its own section. And this is going to probably extend beyond PAX. PlanetSide 2. I finally got my own beta key. I was using Cow's before. So Kaz and I will both have beta keys. When he gets his desktop, when his parents ship him his desktop at college, he and I will be able to play and record lovely game footage for you because I know how hard it is to get those beta keys. However, oh my god, it's so much fun. It's hard. It's hard, sort of, but it's really fun. So at PAX, I played some. I had played a little before PAX, and then since I got home, I've spent my fair share playing PlanetSide 2, and I am very excited. I can run it on high with my 670, and it's in beta, and it still looks pretty. Anyway, a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot. Cows and I are going to do our best, at least me. Cows is a lazy shit. We're going to do our best to produce stuff for you surrounding PlanetSide 2 because I know how many people are excited for that and how excited they are for it. And how few people actually have or will get beta keys before release actually happens. So, I was thinking, and you guys can send me feedback on this, of doing just some like random videos of just, hey, here's me playing PlanetSide for a while, but also some things that are more structured, particularly like a video explaining each class to the extent my knowledge can explain it. So the ones I've been playing so far are Sniper and Engineer, with the occasional Heavy Assault, and they're all three very fun. I really like Engineer. No special abilities, but 5 pieces of equipment, so you've got your assault rifle, your pistol, your repair thing, you've got something to set up a turret, not auto, but it's a manual turret. It's actually really powerful. And then I've never actually used the 5th thing. I think it's like you put it on a tank and it blows the tank up, but I never get close enough to try. I should probably look that up. But that's the one I like a lot. Snipers have a cloak and a sniper rifle and a pistol. Pretty cool. And then Heavy Assault have like an overshield thing, but that was not the thing. PlanetSide 2. Oh my god. So yeah, if there are things in particular about PlanetSide 2 you want to see beyond just like, here's some gameplay, here's some stuff about the classes, here's some gameplay of class-specific things, just like showing an example of maybe how to play the class, at least the way I've been doing it. But if there are more things that I'm not thinking of that would be of interest to you guys, feel free to let us know. That is going to be a focus, at least for me, for a while. I'm probably going to pull back on other things while PlanetSide 2 is exclusive to beta people, so I can share that with people. They can see what they're going to be playing when it comes out finally. Because I know everybody is excited for that. I know I am. By holy poopy, and I'm glad I got a beta key. It was awesome. Let's see. There might not be anything else off the top of my noggin, but PAX was an amazing experience. Yes, surprising. I had never gone before. Splice has been 2 or 3 times, I think. Well, that was his second or third time. But we both had a blast. It was probably the best $65 I've ever spent for all 3 days. That's how much it was. And, oh my god, it was the best thing ever. I'm definitely going to go next year. You know, if by some strange occurrence in life that we're actually, like, sort of internet famous next year, we will definitely set up some kind of meetup with anybody who's at PAX. I know I'm getting ahead of myself. I know. Just let me dream. Let me hope. But as usual, comment, like, subscribe, share, tell us what you want to see, put in the comments, especially PlanetSide 2, because that's what I want to do for at least the foreseeable future. And my apologies in advance for the lack of content or the inconsistent flow of content for like the next 3 weeks. I'm working a lot. I'm trying to get content prepared for you guys, but I gotta pack all my stuff because I'm moving in 2 weeks. I'm moving in like 2 weeks. I'm moving up to not very far, but I gotta get I have a lot of shit. You guys don't see my room. This looks bad right now. This is like a third of my room. Okay, like half, but still. But yeah, I apologize in advance for all of that. We are working on a new schedule that should work throughout the school year without too much disruption. But yeah, thank you guys. I hope I covered something that interested you about my PAX blog. It was going to be a little bit more organized, but I'm exhausted and starving, and I just wanted to talk to a camera. So I did my best. But yeah, anyway. mspixel.net. We love you. Bye.